Hello and welcome back to Lego Therapy, the series where I just sit, chill, talk to you lot and build some Lego. I'm very excited to do this Lego Therapy because I've had this set since I think last Christmas. It might have even been my birthday before that, so 2022 in March I got this set and I just have not had the time to build it, and it's one of the most exciting, like, when these diorama sets came out, I was like, that is cool. A Death Star trench run, yes please. So anyway, we're going to get into it and we're going to build it, but there is, how do I get in the box, where's the, there is one thing that I do want to say before I get started with Lego Therapy, and it is that typically I finished the build in like the one episode of Lego Therapy, which kind of works because, you know, you get to watch the final whole thing. But then at the same time, I've come to realise that then I have to like take 2 hours out of my day, and then Lego Therapy doesn't come around as often because I have to do 2 hours or 3 hours sometimes if it's a bigger build. And, oh, big booklet. How many bags have we got in here? I should probably just empty it before I start talking. So we've got 6 bags, and then some base pieces. Okay. But what I've realised is that I don't need to finish a set on the episode of Lego Therapy. Like, I just don't. I can do, normally I empty all the bags out and then start, and then I will not finish the episode until it is all done. I realise I just need to take it a bag at a time. And if we don't finish it, and I'm running out of stuff to say, or it's been like well over an hour and I've got places to be and stuff to do, I can just put it to the side and put the bags away and start on the next bag in the next episode. So that's what we're going to do. So am I going to finish this build this time? I don't know. But we'll still start with bag 1 because we'd be psychotic not to, and we'd be breaking the laws of Lego. Right, so let me just find my bearings. Yeah, these diorama sets are so cool. I like the Emperor's Room one, especially. Okay, so we need the 3 bases for this. Yeah, it's such a cool concept because it's something different. It's not just a building or a Lego head or I don't know, it's like an action piece in a way. So I love it. But anyway, yeah, so genuinely, I just wanted to say, firstly, such a massive thank you. Like, just for the support on this series alone is beyond anything that I quite literally ever expected. Like, genuinely, it honestly baffles my mind, like, how much you lot just genuinely love this series that I've created. It's nothing, it's just genuinely, it's a different experience from anything I've done on YouTube. Like, yeah, people get excited and want to watch the next funny moment video or whatever, but on this, it's like, you lot are genuinely like, this is the one thing that I've created as a thing where people are just like always asking me like, when's the next episode? When's it coming? I'm like, I love it. And then even in like the last episode, the amount of people and the amount of you lot who have like told me while I'm streaming or messaged me on the Discord and stuff saying like, Lego Therapy genuinely like helps me, it calms me down, I watch it to go to sleep and all this, and I've just it makes me so happy. I'm not gonna lie, genuinely your support on this series it's just bonkers. I didn't think me sat chilling on my bed would be not necessarily entertaining to watch, but just like captivate or even pull an audience just all together. So yeah, thank you genuinely so much if you just watch and support these. I mean, quite literally, this is my favourite thing I do. I get to sit on my bed and build Lego. I love Lego, I adore Lego. I wish this would get to a point where, because currently I'm not monetized on this channel, so I don't make any money off these videos. But if I can get to a point where this channel gets monetized, then I can just put all the money that I get from this channel back into stuff like Lego therapy. Not keep any of it like for, well, I am keeping it for myself because I'm getting Lego out of it, but like not just go and like spend it on clothes or something. I will just buy more Lego sets so we can do Lego therapy more frequently. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've got loads of sets currently already, but I'd love to get like a big one, like a big project set. It'd be better when I have my actual house, which we'll talk about in a bit, because currently I would not have anywhere to put it, but like the UCS Venator, being able to get that, or, oh my God, it's such a nice build. That one is such a nice build. And I would absolutely adore to have it. Absolutely. Oh, it's so good. It is so good. But yeah, I just can't believe the response this series like gets. And I am sorry that it doesn't happen as often as like people would like, or you would like, or anything like that. Like, I would genuinely love to do it a hell of a lot more. But it's just finding the time and also having enough to talk about. I say about the enough to talk about, like, I don't know, I probably would be able to talk about anything anyway regardless, and it wouldn't be an issue. But it's just, I don't know, it's mostly just finding the time, because, like I say, I have to sit here for an hour, and again, that is a bit of an excuse, because I am just sat here building Lego, and I do have hours spare. So basically, I just need to pull my finger out and do Lego therapy more. I do want to try and at least do it sort of like once a month. I think that's like a decent amount of time between each episode. It means that you lot know that each month a new episode's coming. And stuff like that, so it makes a lot more sense to do it that way, I think. And like I said, then at least you lot know that there will be an episode at some point that month, rather than just like constantly in my streams and stuff going, when is the next Lego therapy? I need it now. I'm sorry. I've got other stuff. I've got other commitments. So yeah, hopefully it becomes, I think it'll become more of a thing and easier of a thing when I'm moved out. Because essentially at the moment, because Lego therapy can get somewhat deep and quite personal, even though it's going online on the internet, I get like self-conscious if like people are in the house. Like even like if my mum or my sister's in the house, or my dad, or whoever it is, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh, they could be listening, and that's just like, I cringe myself out with it. And then I end up not being as good on the camera, and then I don't feel like you guys are getting as good as an experience, because I'm like more reserved, I'm more held back. So once I'm moved out, all I'll have to do is wait for Anna to go off to work, find a spare hour in the day, and do Lego therapy. So hopefully it will become more of a regular thing, maybe, hopefully. But since though we're on the topic, yes, I have bought a house. If you're in the Patreon, you are getting like, I'm like giving you little updates and stuff so you know a little bit about it, but for the general people, that sounds awful. For like everyone else, I'll say, yeah, I bought a house. Am I living in it straight away? No. Basically, me and Anna, my girlfriend, if you didn't know her name, bought this house as sort of a project. It needs doing up. It needs essentially just like ripping to bare bones, starting from scratch. So currently we're in the process of like ripping off wallpaper, and it's an old house. There are like 4 layers of wallpaper on all the walls. It's great. I love it. No, I do love it. It'll be really good once it's done. I think it'll probably take about a year, and even then, I don't think it'll be done. It'll just be somewhat livable. It's a mix of having time and also the money to do things. Stuff's expensive. It needs a new kitchen. It needs a new bathroom. Some of the walls need plastering because they're like crumbling apart. And you know, we don't have all the money and resources in the world. Oh, that's really cute. The Force is strong with this one, Darth Vader. I suppose it's not cute because it's come from Darth Vader, but that is a cute little quote. And then it's got a Star Wars bit. And we've got the base of the diorama. We're on to the second bag. That was quicker than I thought, actually. Let's just get this open. There we go. Second bag. Oh, there's a third bag. We are being treated to all the little bits. I do feel like these diorama sets are going to get a little bit fiddly because they are very like tiny and bitty. Okay, where are we? We are on the back. So yeah, it's, you know, it's having the money to do it. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully, sort of this time next year, maybe we might be in. I'll give you well, I'm not going to be sharing too much about it, because, I mean, Anna doesn't want it to be all over the internet, which I respect and get, and I also kind of like. I've said this a couple of times to people, because, like, if anybody ever asks, like, oh, you're going to do a house tour, you're going to show us around, you're going to, like, film the whole house and show the progress of it. To me, I probably would have done, but Anna didn't want her whole house on the internet for everyone to see and judge, which, honestly, after, like, sitting and thinking about it, I was actually kind of just on board with her with it, because Anna is very away from all of this. She doesn't really know anything about YouTube. It was quite funny. We were in where were we? It was in Asda, and I went, oh my god, they've got Feastables, Mr. Beast chocolate. I was like, that's kind of mad that he's actually in Asda. And she went, who's Mr. Beast? And I was just like, sorry? What do you mean? Who's Mr. Beast? She was like, yeah, who's Mr. Beast? Literally the biggest YouTuber on the planet. I was baffled. I was just genuinely baffled. But that just like showed me and like sort of proved to me like she just doesn't do it. She didn't get it. She didn't get YouTube. The furthest she ever got was like Zoella. She was very big into Zoella, I think. When she was younger. Whereas now I think she doesn't really watch YouTube. But anyway, back to the point. It was like, she doesn't, I'm kind of glad though, to be honest, but she doesn't like sit in my streams. She doesn't like know all the boys. She doesn't like, genuinely, the amount of times that I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm going away for the weekend with Wad, and she's like, which one's that? I have to explain, the bearded one. But I kind of love it because it gives me space away from YouTube. And oh my god, I've put peace in the wrong bit. All right, get out, thank you. It gives me the ability to get away from YouTube. It gives me the ability to go away and like not even think or talk about it because she's that uninvolved. She doesn't play games. She doesn't she's just, it's a different thing entirely, and I love it because, like I say, if she was all for filming all the house and showing it all, I probably would have done. And then my whole life is on the internet. I've got no privacy, which at the beginning I would have just been like, yeah, so what, it doesn't matter. But then actually thinking about it, it's like, I kind of do want there to be a point of separation where it's like, okay, I have my own space. The internet does not need to know every little detail about you. And also it's a bit unhealthy to just constantly be on the internet. I think, to be honest, Anna being so away from everything in regards to YouTube is probably the reason that I don't ever burn out or ever get sick or bored of doing any of the YouTube stuff, because it's like at a weekend or an evening, I go and see her, and it's like she doesn't ever really ask about it, or we don't ever really talk about it. I occasionally talk to her about it. When I talk to her about it, she's like supportive, like she's like, oh, that's really good, like if I've like achieved something, or she says well done when I've done stuff and everything like that. She's not a complete dick about it. But like, she's not into like gaming, so I don't just sit there and game. Like, it takes me away from technology. We go on walks. It's a completely different vibe. Yeah, vibe, I guess. It's a completely different vibe. And then the weekend ends, or my evening ends, and I go home and I go back to it. And it's just a brilliant way of being able to disconnect from it all. And like I said, without that, I would probably just like, I don't know, constantly just like, if she was into gaming, it'd be like, oh, I'll go around to hers and we'll just game. But then it's like, when I come back to doing YouTube gaming, it's like, okay, well, I've spent my whole weekend gaming, I don't want to do more. Or just little things like that, I don't know. And the fact of not having to talk about it, like, at all, it takes me away from, it's like, say, I'm trying to think of a good example. It makes me never, like, I don't know. Okay, an example would be, say I had a problem with one of the boys, or something had kicked off with someone, or something like that. It means that I don't end up going to her and being like, oh, he's done this and said this, and then it like furthers like gossip and like resentment and all this. Whereas it's like, she'd be like, okay, who's Blue, who's Dan, who's Ben, like, she doesn't know any of them, so she doesn't care, which means I'm not talking or thinking about anything, which means I just get away from everything, and it's beautiful. I'm not saying as in like me and the boys are always at it, but like, I don't know. And like I said, back to the house, which was the original point of, Jesus Christ, we get so off topic on these Lego therapy videos. I forgot what I was actually just talking about the house, and I've gone on a tangent, which I suppose is kind of the point of Lego therapy, but still. Yeah, without her, I would have just been filming the house. I would have been like showing the progress. I probably would have done like a whole video on like the second channel, like showing off the house, which in a way could be, well, it could be dangerous really, because you don't know what some people could do. Like, they could just figure out somehow where it is and stuff. But I'm actually glad now that I haven't done that, because it allows me to have that, again, that separation, which I think in a way is something that's kind of been lost. It's a tricky one, because in this day and age, everything and everyone is online. You know everything about everyone, every celebrity. There's no like, back in the day, you would see a celebrity at an event and then they would go home and you'd like not hear from them for like a week or 2 weeks or whatever, until they were seen again by a paparazzi or something. Now it's like, it's the Kardashian era of everything is put online. You're constantly putting stories online. Everyone knows where you are, what you've done at the weekend, how you're feeling. And I think it's just too much. I really do. I think there needs to be a point of separation whereby not everything is online. Because in my opinion, then I think there's more longevity in not everything being online, because if I was just showing you everything, you would get a little bit like overwhelmed by content, bored of the content because there's just that much coming at you. There's a nice little mystery, I think, as well, whereby someone, my voice keeps cracking, I don't know why. I'm trying to find a piece and I kind of find it. It's a little tiny piece. Oh, it was right in front of me. Someone I very much love is like Frank Ocean. Yeah, he comes, well, he's only done it twice, but he came, dropped an absolutely classic of an album, and then just dips. Doesn't put anything on like social media, no updates, no nothing. No like, oh, there's an album coming soon, or I'm working on a song, or I'm doing anything like that. It's just, when I'm ready to show you what I've been working on, you'll see it. And I think that's just so much better than constantly just like being overly involved and overly out there. There was like I go through phases with it where there was literally a point where, sorry, I'm like struggling to find this piece now. I'm sure it's not here. Have I? Oh, I have. I've put it there when that one should be there, and that one should be there. My mistake. Sorry, Lego. I won't blame you again. What was I saying? Oh my god, I've completely just lost what I was saying. Piss. I actually can't remember. Something about Frank Ocean and the privacy thing. It's, yeah. And, sorry, the phases that I wanted to go through. I remember now. Sorry. I go through phases where I'm occasionally like, just be like a faceless creator and don't put anything online, don't say anything, don't tweet anything, and then just drop a video. Because that like mystery and like, oh, when's he next uploading? Like, that could be kind of cool. But then there's another part of me that's like, no, you need to connect with your audience and actually build like a bit of, I don't know what the word is. A bit of, not reputation, I don't know what the word is. Let me spin you round to there, and then place you on there. This is a really weird build, because it's like, I don't know what I'm doing, but like I don't know what I'm forming, if that makes sense. Why will you not go on? Oh, you will. It's just a bit wonky. Is that right? Is it because of that thing? Should that be... That's right. Maybe it needs to go all the way to the back. Like that. Ah, got it. Gotcha. I got you, bitch. So yeah, it's a tricky one of to be online or not to be online. But I do think people need to learn a bit of like a gap. Like this is this is online. This is just actual life. Because I very much appreciate being able to go away and not think about anything in regards to YouTube. And I mean, I'm talking about it like it's so incredibly deep, and it's not. It is quite literally, I just make videos on YouTube. But what? Oh, never mind. But at the same time, that's what Sorry, I've just smacked the mic. That's what I contribute my non-burnout too. Like, being away from online. Okay, I feel like I missed... Oh no, it was just... Oh, they just decided not to tell me that I was supposed to be doing something. Because a lot of creators do burn out, and I think it's because they are constantly just like, okay, I've uploaded a video, on to the next one. Whereas I'm like, okay, made a video, whatever, I'm going to go for a walk. I don't need to start the next one yet. But then my turnout ends up being quicker because of it. It's a weird cycle, but I also think you can overload people with content to a point where they could get bored. It's like, if I was uploading daily funny moment videos, is it really gonna have is it really gonna have the same punch and effect as if I did it once a month? No, I actually think once a month is better than daily, because you're not gonna get bored of it. When it comes out, you're gonna go, oh, finally, a new video. Whereas it's like the Frank Ocean effect. If Frank Ocean had done an album every year, you'd probably be bored. Well, maybe not, but potentially. There's that risk that you get bored quicker. That's how I see it anyway, I think. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out this. There's like a very finicky bit. Okay, so you go here. And then, what piece is that? That one? It is that one. Oh, and so you just go across. I thought there was like a weird little bit, but there wasn't. It was just me being silly. Anyway, how has this all spiraled from me just wanting to talk about the house? Oh, I don't know. But yeah, the house. It's been good. There was stuff just everywhere. The woman who lived there before, she lived there for 30 years, and I think when you live somewhere for that long, you just do stuff and don't really care for, like, oh, the next person moving in. Which, to be fair, is how you should live. Obviously, it's your house, do what you want with it. But there was just shelves everywhere. There was just... like, and it was all like it was a proper DIY job, whereby like the like all the shelves were just built into the wall, like hundreds of nails just joint into the wall. There was, in the downstairs bedroom, I don't know if I showed patrons the picture or not, but so there's a little like old outhouse. Basically how it is there's the kitchen at the back. You've got a conservatory, but then on the side of the conservatory there's like a little outhouse that joins on. We're going to make it like a utility boot room type thing. And she had a bed in it, downstairs bed, but it wasn't just a bed placed in, it was a bed built and joined into the room. So if this is the room, it filled from wall to wall. There were planks of wood plastered into the wall, like fitted into the wall that she'd put in, and then there was like planks with like 6 or 7 bolts that were just into the wall that were just not coming out, and then they were joined onto the bed, and there were shelves under the bed because it was a raised up. Oh, it was just it was just those. Oh, it was such a nightmare to rip out, but it's done now. I am slowly becoming best friends with the people at my local tip because I'm there constantly. Tip runs on my lunch breaks are the new, well, I wouldn't say the best thing, but the new thing. Because there was just so much wood to get rid of. She had like cupboards upstairs that were just like, they weren't just cupboards, there were cupboards built into and attached on the wall that were all just held up by like brackets. It was just, there was just stuff everywhere that, I mean, we knew it was going to be a big project, but I don't think we realised how much she was going to bloody leave us. But I mean, hey, she was old. It's fair enough. She probably got to a certain point with, like, clearing all the stuff where she thought, I've had enough, I can't be arsed, let them deal with it. And you can go to the estate agents and, like, complain and get, like, money for a skip from her. But then you just look like a bit of a twat, don't you? So I didn't want to do that. She was a nice lady. She gave us a house. There was other people who viewed and bidded on the house, and we actually, like, got it and won it. It was kind of mental, actually. We literally went to look at the house. The house had been up we were away at the weekend when it went up, and it went on the Saturday. We viewed it on the Tuesday. It might be the Tuesday, it might be the Monday. I can't remember. One of them days. And she said, yeah, it's already had 14 viewings and 4 offers. So if you want to put in an offer, you need to do it now. So literally that next morning, I had to put in an offer. The estate agent was like, yeah, there's one other offer that we're taking seriously, so put in your final offer and you've got to try and outbid them. And I was like, okay, how much have they offered? And she was like, we're not allowed to tell you. I thought, that's brilliant. So I've got to make a counter offer for an offer that I have no idea that it is. So basically you could either offer the asking price of the house, which is like what it was put up for, or you go over the asking price to try and outbid the person. We were at an advantage because even though the estate agents are not allowed to say what the other person, like they can't even tell you if the other person has overbid or anything like that. So we were at an advantage because when we went to view the house, the woman who lived there, she said that, oh, by the way, one of the offers is over the asking price. So we were like, okay. But then it's the whole issue of, like, hang on. I've got loads of bits left and it's moving me on to the next bag. So I'm a little bit worried. But everything looks right. So maybe they're just spare pieces. I'll leave you off to the side for now. So we were at an advantage knowing that the other offer was over the asking price, but then it's like, how much over the asking price? You don't know. They could have put $1,000 over the asking price, 10 grand over the. Some people just go stupid with it and put like 20 grand over the asking price, and it's just like, you have no idea. So we said, screw it, we'll go 5 over. And within a weekend, we'd bought a house. It was so weird because I wasn't not necessarily ready to buy a house, but it was not in my plans for this year. Like, I always said to Anna, like, oh yeah, maybe next year. And because we said maybe next year, we were like, right, okay, well, we'll get a mortgage in principle, which is what you need to get what you need it to make an offer for a house. You need to have like a document that says that, yes, I can get a mortgage for this house. We were like, okay, let's just get that in place. So then at least we know how much we can get, because we kept seeing houses come up and we were like, that's dead nice. We could go look at that. But then by the time we'd booked in a viewing, it was gone. And also, if we did want to make an offer, we couldn't. Well, you can without a mortgage in principle, but then if someone else makes an offer and they do have a mortgage in principle, they will most likely go with the one with rather than you. So we got that just literally to see how much we could get on a mortgage. And then a week later, I bought a house. It wasn't supposed to happen, but it's fine. It's fine. No, it is. It'll be good. I'm excited. It'll be good to just. I've said to Anna, because she's always wanted a house, so I'm like, look, do what you want with the house. I don't really care. Like, I'm genuinely not bothered, like, how she decorates it. I know her style. It's very, like, classic, neutral colours, nice, homely. It's a homely vibe. Like, I know it's going to be clean, warm, and a nice house to live in if she's doing it. It's not going to be, like, LED lights everywhere and just shit. But I said to her, you can do what you want with the house. I don't care. Do it how you want. But I want an office room, and you can't tell me what I can or can't do in there. I want full freedom for that one. And she said, yeah, that's fine. So, have I picked the wrong piece? Yes, I have. P.S. Can I get this out? I really don't know how these Lego separators work so well. Like, it's actually pure magic, because that's not even like that sharp, but it just gets bits out. Right, where's the actual piece that I wanted? That one? Yeah, it's this one. I got him. Because yeah, LED lights and like cool like cupboards full of Funko Pops and Lego look cool in an office, but it doesn't in an actual house. Like, at some point you've got to grow up. And so I said to her, look, let me do what I want with my office, and you can have the rest of the house. So that's the deal that we've got. So I've got my whole office to play with, and I'm quite excited. I think it'll be good, because I'm essentially just going to have it how this one is now, but without a bed. I am going to get a sofa bed, because if like people come around to stay and stuff, they're going to need somewhere to stay. And it's for Lego therapy. I have literally based my room around like what the background's going to look like on streams, what like Lego therapy backgrounds and all this. Listen, it's important stuff. You've got to think about it. But no, it'll be good. I'm excited. When I eventually get into it. So yeah, that is what's taking up most of my time and going on in my life right now. It's kind of cool. It's kind of epic. If you see a reduction in YouTube videos, it's probably because of the house. I'm spending a lot of evenings, spare time in like lunch breaks, weekends. I'm at the house stripping wallpaper. There will be a certain point where what we've got the ability to do slows down. At the minute, there's a lot that we can do. We can be just ripping wallpaper off, stripping it down to bare bones, and all that jazz. But it's gonna hit a point where it's just down to like plasterers coming around, or electricians coming around, or oiler people coming around, and all this. So it's very full on at the minute, but I do think it will eventually just hit a point where it's like, right, there's nothing else we can do except for wait for labourer people. Labourer people scare me because they're always chatty, and I can conversate, but they're all blokey. They're all like, you're all right, geez. And then they ask you what you do, and I'm like, I make videos. Obviously, YouTube's not my actual job, but in my actual job, I make videos as well. So, and I don't say that I make YouTube videos because that would just be a nightmare of a conversation with like an electrician. Oh, what do you do? But anyway, that's not to say all electrician and labourer people are... They're not even bad people, they're good people. It's just I'm socially awkward, so... yeah, there is that. Yeah. I'm trying to think. That's essentially all I've got to say about the house. I'll say that's all I've got to say. I've rambled about it for the entirety of this episode. But look, it's the biggest thing going on in my life right now. And also, like I said, I'm not showing the house, but I'm still going to talk about it. I'm showing like Patreons in the Discord updates on like my office. So like at the minute I'm stripping the wallpaper from it. There's a fireplace in there and it needs smashing out. So I'll like show you all it once it's done. I'm not gonna just like keep posting photos everywhere, but the Patreon, they're the homeboys and gals, and I don't know what I was doing with my hands there, but yeah, I'll show little bits and bobs there, and I'm sure over time as well, when I'm actually living there, you will probably see bits and bobs, obviously of the office, but of more things, like if I'm like walking around and stuff, you will inevitably see it. So it's not as if I'm never ever going to show anything, but I'm not doing a house tour because I do think there needs to be a line of privacy where not everything is online. So yas. I'll tell you what, while we're building Lego about Star Wars, we'll talk about nerdy stuff, because we love the nerdy stuff around here. We are epic and cool, and we love Star Wars and Marvel and anime. But I want to like talk to you a lot about like the state of bloody Marvel at the minute is just, it's just not there. Like, I don't know for anybody else, I'm kind of enjoying Loki, but I'm not excited about it. I'm not loving each week. Like week by week, I'm like, okay, this is cool, it's fine. But then I've got a program like Gen V going on, which I'm like, oh my god, I need next episode now. And I'm like mad excited about it. I just don't have that for Loki. And I just feel my capacity for Marvel just dwindling as time goes on. Which makes me kind of sad, because I've always loved Marvel, and I always will still love Marvel, and I will still watch everything that comes out, but I just don't feel excited about any of it anymore. Like I've not got like hype for Kang and Secret Wars, because I just don't trust that they'll do a good job with it. I'm curious to see if anyone else feels that way with it. Though it makes me kind of sad, because Endgame and everything meant so much to me when it was there. And now I don't know, my excitement is just dwindling with each project that goes. And I don't want to, like I get it's Marvel, it's not serious, it's superheroes, it's meant to be a bit of fun, but I just miss feeling excited about it. I miss being hyped for the next Marvel project. And regardless of the project now, like Deadpool 3, yeah, I'm excited for it, but I don't know. I think I've been like, not necessarily overstimulated, but like just like the fact of like we got so much in Endgame and No Way Home, and then it just didn't ever slow. And I feel like, I genuinely think they listen, I know it's Disney, it's Marvel, they need to make money, that's the whole goal of their existence, but after Endgame, or even after No Way Home, or just something, somewhere along the line, they should have took a break. They should have took a break and then come back in like a couple, like 3 years, and then come back, and it would have been like, imagine the return of Marvel. It would have been so good. It would have been so good, but instead, I just feel like it was just, they went the opposite way and went full force with everything, and it just, I was like, okay, we've gone through Endgame, one of the greatest like experiences I've ever had, to just TV shows that don't do anything for me, to Falcon and Winter Soldier that was just, oh god, I don't want to talk about that one. I don't know. And it's like, we got the same feeling from Endgame with like No Way Home. But then you can't just keep rehashing that same feeling. It won't last forever. It can't last forever because there's only so much of that level of hype that you can actually do and create. It's not a everlasting thing, and that's just the truth about it. And instead of keep going down that path of trying to get that level of excitement, how about actually building out characters to a point where I'm actually excited about new characters? Like, I do feel like it's got to a point currently where they are so... It's like Secret Wars. Everyone's like, oh, who's going to come back for Secret Wars? It's like, yeah, cool. We're going to get a bunch of people that we've seen in the past, and it's going to be cool to see them return and all this and that. And that. You're like, oh. But how about building up a new character for me to get excited about? How about actually developing one of your new heroes more than just giving them a show with 6 episodes with little to no substance to it, a rushed storyline, a rushed villain? How about actually just making me excited about a new trilogy of films, or building out a villain that is actually scary and not defeated by Ant-Man, one of the comedy reliefs of the Avengers? Like, if it was Captain Marvel or Doctor Strange that beat Kang, I'd be like, okay, kind of, not really get it, but kind of get it. But yeah, you've it's like Thanos' first appearance on screen was him beating the shit, like, not the first appearance on screen, but the first, like, when he was, like, finally here, and it was finally his it was finally his film. The first thing he did was beat the shit out of Hulk, one of the strongest people. From that point moving on, you were like, okay, this is Thanos. and you just don't get that when you put someone against Ant-Man. I don't know, it makes no sense. Like I said, I'm still probably going to watch them all, but my excitement is just... Like, Loki came out, and I didn't even watch it for the first, like, couple weeks, I think it was out. Yeah, the first 2 or 3 weeks. And then even now, it comes out, and I don't watch it straight away. I wait for like a few days till I'm like, oh, okay, I should probably watch Loki now, I guess. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the solution is. I don't think they necessarily even really care at this point about a solution. I think they're just going to keep pumping out content after content. I think the issue with the shows is that it's just every single one is... There's nothing new happening. And this is what... I was watching something about Order 66. I was watching a YouTube video, and they said the impact of Order 66 is so mental. Like, you don't see something like that it is an entire power shift and an entire change to a whole franchise where it's like, that is mental. Like, what are you going to do from here? It's like Star Wars would have never worked if... Ooh, hello. If they didn't do Order 66, because it would have just been the same thing. It would have just been like, oh, here's the Jedi Order. They're going on missions. And I'm not saying kill off all of the bloody MCU, because that would just be silly. But at the same time, I do think they've introduced so many characters all at once to a point where it's like, whoa, calm down. Where's this piece going? It's telling me to put that piece there. But then that doesn't even go. Oh, it does. You just gotta force it. Oh, that's why, because that one's not pushed. Right, hang on. Hang on. Lego surgery. Right. Put you there. And then... Wait, is that right? No, you need to go there. Oh. That's why it didn't work. Okay, there we go. Order's been restored in my Lego diorama. Where does this bit go then? That goes there. Oh yeah, there. So yeah, I'm not saying kill off the whole of the MCU, but something needs to change. I just don't know what. I don't know what. I think it also just got too much too quick, to a point where it was like I had 6 characters that I loved and cared about, and then over time you were adding like Black Panther came in, that was great, and then like Ant-Man came in, okay, cool. Now I've got 12 characters that I love and care about, and I'm interested to develop. Now it's like, good luck caring about each and every one of them. Like, if they did an endgame like scene now with every character, one, you're never going to get every character together. I think that's what's changed as well. Like, in a sense of, before there was this whole, it was the MCU together in the Avengers. Now it's like you've got the Avengers, you've got the Earth level threats, but then you've also got like the greater, I don't know how to explain it, but like the greater threats and the bigger threats and all that, and then you've also got like the Moon Knight side of things and Blade and all that coming, and it's cool. Like, it's cool to see them expand, but I think the point that we all loved it was that we got to see everyone working together, or at least in some way or form being together. And I don't see that ever happening again now. But like I said, am I still going to watch it all? Yes, because I'm a whore. But do I think they should change stuff? Yes. Or just reduce the amount of content that you put out, at least, please. Okay, and that's all I ask. Sorry, I'm not just mega confused here. Okay, that goes on there, that goes there. And then you want another one of it. Star Wars, on the other hand, I think has genuinely got a really solid potential at the minute with like future projects. Especially like with the stuff that they set up in Ahsoka, like the mother and all the stuff with Balin. There's so much stuff that you could do there that's completely different to Star Wars. All Star Wars has ever done is the Empire, and that's where the sequels messed up. They did the First Order, which is just a rehash of the Empire. It's like if Kang came and was like, yeah, all I'm gonna do is wipe out half the universe. It's like, yeah, mate, we've already heard this, we've already done this, and that's what Star Wars, that's what the sequels messed up on. They should have done a different threat, a different thing, and that's what Star Wars is doing now. And it's the thing that really frustrated people with Star Wars. It's like, all this content we're getting now, it would be so good if the sequels didn't exist. Like, if they didn't exist, and it was like, oh my god, Thrawn's coming back. Oh my god, there's like hints of the New Republic being shit and it not working, and there's hints of just like all the hints and little bits, and it's like, imagine all the cloning stuff like knowing that the Empire, like the remnants of the Empire, is messing around with cloning, and you'd be like, what are they cloning? Like, I don't know. And there's hints of it in Bad Batch, there's hints of it in Andor. It would just be brilliant. But the sequels exist and we know what happens, and we know it's just like, yeah, okay, Rey Skywalker bloody saves the day. You can't, I was going to say you can't be mad. You can be mad, but it's, yeah. It would just be so much better if they didn't exist. But they do, so I guess we have to live with that. As Star Wars fans, we have to just accept. I tell you what, alright, I'll be completely honest with you. I have not watched The Rise of Skywalker. I know what happens in it. I know, like, the whole storyline. I've seen clips of it. I get everything that happens. I know it, la la la. But I just refuse to watch it because The Last Jedi, I genuinely fell asleep. I watched it once and I fell asleep halfway through. And then I just didn't give a shit about watching The Last Jedi. Return of the Rise of Skywalker. Jesus Christ, I can't remember the name of it. The fact that I'm like as big of a Star Wars fan as I am, and I don't care, kind of shows you something. I've just put them on the bastard wrong side. Well, actually, I only need to remove you because you are on the right side. This is a very bitty build. I like it. It's good. It's different. A lot of the stuff I've done before is just the heads. I like the custom ones, like the custom lightsaber that we built. That was I bought that at Comic-Con, I think. I've seen the guy who does the custom build at like every Comic-Con since then. Oh, my leg. He's at every single one. They seem like a really good business. I'm tempted to buy some of the new ones because they do a lot. And they seem really good. They seem like really good people. I think it's like a family-run thing, so I might buy some more off them at some point. But I have got a lot of sets that I need to get through anyway. I've got Luke's head. I've got the Mando head. I've got, obviously, this one. What else have I got? I've got a couple Marvel ones, like just like the I don't know what you call them. Not kids sets, but like the ones where it's like, it's not a figure like this necessarily or a head, but it's like an action piece, like where a kid would probably actually like play with it, but obviously, well, I could play with it. I'm not gonna play with it, but I'm trying to think of anything else that's been happening recently. I guess we could talk about Twitch. I've been on there for over a month now, and I'm genuinely loving it so much more than streaming on YouTube. Jesus Christ. Like I can't, it feels so much better for so many different ways, or so many different reasons, sorry. Like, firstly, I just think that the audience seems so much more engaged. I think they're actually watching the stream rather than just coming on to see if there's a funny moment that happens, or like to see if I'm playing with the boys. And it's just like, no, sometimes I do just like want a game, and Twitch gets that. They are there for the stream, and it's, yeah, I love it. It's so much better. It's so much better. I feel that there's no pressure for me to perform. There's no pressure for me to be like the funny guy from the videos, because that's, I mean, realistically, most of my viewers are from TikTok. Most people who are subscribed to my YouTube channel came over from TikTok. So what they're there for is me to do the funny, me to do the clippy, fast-paced, funny moment highlight style comedy, and that's just like, that doesn't happen. The funny moment videos are from hours and hours of content that I've filmed, and it's like, on a stream you are simply not going to get that. And also, I felt like, not guilty, but I never enjoyed doing solo game streams on my YouTube, because I knew full well that the views were just not going to be there. And then it's like, I've got 100,000 subscribers and I can bring in like 20 viewers or something. I don't know what the average was, but, and it's just like, there was always a bit of pressure to not necessarily get the views, but I'd be like, oh, okay, well, I'm just clearly shit at streaming because there's no one there who actually wants to watch it. Whereas actually I've realised now that's not the case. It's just that audience on my YouTube channel is just not, they're not there for that. And it was actually almost wrong of me to, not wrong of me, but it was bad to just force like a stream on people. Like, people might have notifications on for my YouTube channel because they want to get excited and see when I've uploaded a new video. But then I'm like, hey, here's me just chilling, playing Assassin's Creed Mirage, and people are like, no, this is not what we want. So that pressure has just completely gone on Twitch, and I love it. I feel like I can just sit and game, and I don't have to perform. There's no one in my chat going, oh yeah, and all this shit. I feel like the chat is so much more engaged in conversation. There's just less noise, and it's just nice. And like, it's stupid because when I was getting like 20 to 30 viewers on YouTube, I'd be like, okay, well, that's, you are just awful then, because you've got the amount of like subscribers you do and you can't even pull like 100 viewers or something. I did occasionally get like the 100, but that was only when it was like with the boys or something. And then, oh, I've bloody done that the wrong way around. And then I stream on Twitch, and the other day I got like 20 to 30 viewers. I can't know how much it was, but it was around that. When I was just chilling playing the finals, and I was gassed. I was like, oh my god, why have I got so many like viewers on just me alone playing? I was like, this is epic. And I realised it's just because if people want live streams, they go to Twitch, they don't go to YouTube. And YouTube just doesn't, like, if you can name me one person who's made it from coming up on YouTube streams, then fair enough. But I can't think of one. I think the only way that you get decent views on, or like new people, not necessarily even new people, but just discovered on YouTube streaming, is if you've already got a pre-existing fan base, like a Dr. Disrespect, who he's moved from Twitch to YouTube, and he's still going to see numbers because he's still already got that fan viewer base who are there for the streams. It's like, genuinely, if you just wanted to be a streamer, it would be such an uphill battle to try and just do it on YouTube. Like, it just wouldn't happen. I genuinely believe, I just don't think it would happen. Because there's just no discovery feature. There's no, I just don't think YouTube really care. I think they wanted to get in the streaming game, got in it, made all like YouTube gaming and all this, and then just sort of gave up on the feature. I notice it as a trend a lot with YouTube, is like, they see something else do well on a different platform, they do it on their platform, but then give up when it doesn't really work and just go back to video. I genuinely just think they should just double down on actually just doing video. It's like the short stuff, like when that first came about, it was like a big thing. It was a big, I like you could post a YouTube short and it would bang views, it would bang subscribers. Now it barely does anything. It does nothing for your channel. It just brings in like dead subscribers, in my opinion, and it's just they panic. They think, oh, TikTok's going to take over us, so then they do it, and it doesn't work. So at the end of the day, I just think they need to just double down on video, to be honest with you. But anyway, I am going to end this Lego therapy here. I have done a decent amount on the set. We've done 3 bags out of 6, so we've got another 3 to go. But my legs are starting to ache and my back is starting to ache sat like this. So I feel like I've still got loads to talk about, but my body just hurts sat like this. So I'm going to leave you to it. I will see you. I genuinely might even just do this in a couple of weeks' time, carry on the set. We'll see. As I said, once I've actually got into my house, this will be so much easier. I'm tempted to do one in like my office, just sat on the floor, even like all the walls are being like ripped apart and stuff. So let me know if anybody's made it this far. Let me know in the comments, and let me know if you would want to see something like that. But I will see you next time on Lego Therapy. And yeah, as always, thank you very much for all the support that you give me, not just on this series, especially on this series, but just even coming over to this different channel, which is completely different to everything else I do. If you're part of the Discord, the Patreon, whatever it is, I appreciate you and love you all. Thank you so much. And yeah, I'll see you next time on Lego Therapy.